welcome back everybody. We've got a brand new team game for you here, but it's a 1v1. So we're going to start over here with HVK Legend, spawning in as the green Aeon player here on QAI Labs, throwing down three very quick land factories. And he will be representing the B team. And then on the other side, spawning in as the red Aeon commander, we have DeBronx, who has gone for a quick air factory, which is usually a little bit more the meta on this map, I feel like. And he is representing, ironically, Team Cybran lovers. That first plane popping out now. Let's go ahead and drop that mini-map for you guys. I think I forgot that the last time. First scout coming out now, and it looks like it's going wide. So it's going to get a real nice view of everything here. Meanwhile, these MMLs popping out for HVK. I'm not sure what really he plans to do with those, since he's just keeping them in his base for the moment. It's a little odd, but we'll see where he goes from here. Meanwhile, we've got DeBronx pushing up into the center. He's got his eco queued up with the engineers, and it looks like his ACU is just going to take some space in the center here and start setting up some factories. So one air and then into land in the middle. That's kind of typically more the meta on this map, I feel like. It's mostly what I see people doing. Although, I mean, there's always that one infamous mega build. That's a lot of fun. But no Cybran on this map, so no megas. We now have three fighters out, and they're going to start targeting down the tanks. I probably would have targeted down the MMLs, but... oh yeah, okay, now he's going for the MML. Pretty slow going, though, with just three planes, and he's not focus firing his bombing at all. He's just kind of... It looks like maybe he's got him on attack move or something. I don't know. HVK Legend, in the meantime, is also queuing up his economy. He's a little bit slower on it, though, I feel like, because he put down those three factories super fast. ACU just sitting there for the moment. Decent spread on these units. First MML does go down to the bombs. And, I don't know, 4 planes, it's like half as many as you need to one-shot a lot of stuff. So it's going to be slow going. We do see anti-air coming up on that factory, and a lot of tanks being pushed out now by DeBronx. He's a little bit behind, obviously, in land production because his factories were that much slower. HVK Legend doing the smart thing, sucking up that yummy, yummy, yummy mass. Mr. Steal Your Girl would be very proud. And we've kind of settled into a little bit of a standoff here. Neither player really has what they need to push at the moment. HVK can't really push because of the air, and DeBronx can't push because he's behind on land, and so just doesn't have the power to punch through the front line here. We do see that HVK has thrown down an air tower in the center. That's like 200 mass, though. That could have been a factory. So that's... it's rough to be forced into that. These planes are going to take probably 3 or 4 passes to take out that mass extractor, though, so HVK has some time. He has not built any mobile AA, which has kind of been sneaking into the meta more and more lately. You know, when this game when I was first learning at least, the general wisdom was you never build mobile AA, because it only does one thing. And if your opponent stops building air, then your AA is useless. Generally, people just relied on these anti-air towers for the most part. And I mean adapters, obviously, but the other factions didn't really see much mobile AA love. Alright, this mass extractor is being healed. I don't know if these 4 planes really have the DPS to... I think they do, yeah. I think they would if they would... oh, there's the mobile AA, finally. But if those planes had done a little bit better job focus firing down, I think that they could have beaten the repair. HVK just, I mean, his economy is... He's up there now. He's got his mass extractors filled in. His economy was a little slower. He's got his factories turned back on now. But he still hasn't really been able to build like research stations or more factories. Meanwhile, DeBronx is doubling down on land, or I should say tripling down, since that's his next land factory, and we see bada booms, so he's most likely headed for teleport. Teleport, I feel like, is a little less useful on this map, just because it's so choky. But there's still plenty of opportunities. You could teleport past your your opponent's army and get into their base, and force them to retreat. You could potentially teleport engineers over onto the ledges and get an economic advantage. So there's a number of ways it can be very useful on this map. And I think it's probably just going to be more or less a tele-snipe, though. I do like this HVK Legend build 4 anti-air guns and set them up to protect this mass extractor. The rest of these can all be covered by factory AA, so definitely good economic decision there. Don't build too many anti-air, especially because there's only these 4 planes. That's all that DeBronx has shown, and that's all he has. That air factory has been turned off for quite a while. Another land factory goes down for DeBronx. That brings him up to even on land factories. Oh, I didn't even notice this bada boom coming out for HVK Legend. So pretty similar tech-wise. Neither one of them did build a research station earlier, so they should be very, very close. Although DeBronx, I would imagine, is a little bit ahead research-wise because he's managed to kill a few things with the planes. Not much. Did one of those planes go down? There's only 3 here now. I think one of the planes must have gone down to AA. So that might actually even it out on the research front here. They're both going to be in very similar positions as far as that goes. Legend is going to have more tanks overall. Well, maybe not. Actually, I think maybe DeBronx's assist and that 4th factory, it looks pretty even. It's always hard to tell because you don't really get accurate unit counts. As an observer, you can't select the way you can in StarCraft and get good unit counts, but actually it looks like DeBronx might be getting an edge here. It's really close. Those blobs are about the same size. But no... Oh, there's an MML. Okay, so DeBronx is now realizing that, yeah, he's going to need to get some MMLs out there. He did sacrifice a plane for the scout to see if he could spot out any bada booms or anything else that might indicate the tech path here. I would imagine he probably did see that bada boom there. Yeah, I think it would have been in vision. There's 2 there, so close call, but I think he would have seen it. Only this... Is it just this one MML that's popped out, though? I don't think that's going to be enough to defeat a factory shield and a point defense. And he's got to get close enough first, and there's a pretty big army here between the MML and its target. Obviously, Cybran MMLs do have very nice range, but another plane goes in for the scout. You know, no, I think there must have been a 4th. He didn't lose a plane earlier. I guess he didn't lose a plane earlier. He is getting a research station now in the front. Oh, and then another one in the back with his ACU. Okay, so 2. I was a little confused by the placement of this one, but since he's doing the other one in the back, it makes a little bit more sense. Alright, engagement here in the center, and I don't know, very even. I think they both lost exactly 2 units in that fight. Alright, another land factory comes down for Legend. And we're starting to see the energy spam, so we know that DeBronx is either close or already at teleport here. I'm wondering if we're going to start seeing more energy generators from Legend, because we're pretty sure he's on that same tech path. Still just kind of a standoff in the middle here. Another research station does go down, though, for DeBronx. So I'm guessing he's going to start switching over to training or maybe shields. We haven't seen any shields yet. Yeah, no shields. Those 2 planes still just hanging out there. Neither player really has what they need at this point to push on the other one. Although, honestly, if I were DeBronx, I would take, like, I don't know, a quarter of this army and just teleport it, like, right here, push into the back. DeBronx has lost a few more tanks here as he tries to get those MMLs into position. But they still haven't really done a whole lot of targeting down of any buildings. All these buildings still in very good health. And yep, there's a teleport. Interesting that he brings it back to kill the factory instead of pushing into the base. It's a very Florencio thing to do here. Just put damage on as many different things as you can without killing anything. Okay, yeah, that's more what I was expecting. Get those units into the back of the base and force Legend to deal with that, to turn around, and he doesn't seem to have teleport himself yet, and if he does, he doesn't have the energy to support it. So dealing with those, just that small distraction force is actually going to take a lot of time and attention away from the front here. Meanwhile, we have a number of other small teleports coming in. I don't know if that's like a scouting teleport or what. Because those, yeah, I mean, those units, he had to know, Debrex had to know that those units were not going to last long right in the middle of the forward base here with the point defense and all those tanks around. Now, with those two teleports, I do think that DeBronx has now gotten a little bit behind on unit count. Again, it's really hard to tell just because, you know, the blobs, but this blob looks smaller than this blob, so I think he's a little bit behind now. And he's starting to lose tanks around the fringes of that army there. And his flanking force is also getting withered down here in the back. He has managed to do some decent damage. Those energy generators, of course, tell us that Legend now has, or will soon have, teleport as well. So, again, very close in terms of their tech, and it's kind of hard not to be close in economy in a small map like this where there's only so many mass extractors. But all right, DeBronx still looks like he's getting the rougher end of that fight. And he is now a factory down as well, but with those research stations, okay, another factory gets queued up. With all those research stations, though, I think you know, slowly but surely his units are going to become more powerful. I'm not sure if we've seen training. Yeah, definitely some training on those tanks. Other factory. Wow. Okay. So DeBronx really is just looking to power through, build a superior army, and I think he's actually starting to manage to turn this around, even though his force is slightly smaller. Seems like he has been... see, another teleport that I'm just a little confused by. Because, like, the whole point of teleport is to get in, not to flank the army, but to get into the base. At least on this map. When you're in this situation, that's the point of the teleport. Obviously, there's a lot of other uses for it, but you know, there's really only one front line where you can engage here. It's not open palms. Okay, this makes a little bit more sense because half the army. So he's getting around the okay, snipe attempt, and I don't think HBK Legend has hunker, and that's going to be it. Yeah, his ACU is going to go down. Not much he could do there. Yeah. All right. Well, fun little 1v1, basically just a macro game here, and DeBronx managed to hop onto that ACU to snipe it at just the right moment. We're going to take another short break here. I'm going to run an ad so that the pre-rolls don't get you when you tune in for the next game, and then yeah, we'll be back. I don't know what we're going to cast next exactly. We've got some more of these B Team and Cybran Enjoyers games, and we're also going to go back and do the 3v3 from Amogus and Meet the Johans. So sit tight, don't go anywhere, and we'll be back soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Team Clash tournament. We are back on Tourney Dome for our second team match. It is, of course, the 1v1 game, and the teams are the B Team and Cybran Enjoyers. Let's go ahead and introduce our teams, or players, rather. Starting with our yellow Aeon Commander. You know her, you love her. It is none other than Rainbows and Unicorns, the girl we know from the SCS very well. She has started with a double land factory, one being forward, and an air factory to scout her opponent, who is the green Cybran Commander. Interesting that he's playing Cybran, although... actually, I don't know. Osmos hasn't played in a long time. It is Osmos. He's playing under Chell? I don't know. Chell? Oh, I see. It's a Russian slang for dude, I think. Unless he wants... anyway. It is Osmos. He is opened up with a triple land factory. Does see the land on the radar. Most likely going to go straight into that research generator. And already expanding here. So... Again, I'm going to remind you guys there is a B stream going on the other side. I believe the game there is HVK Legend versus who is it? The Bronx, which is Maganra. So go ahead and check that out. But this game should be a doozy. Rainbow's already utilizing her air well. I like the switch out of land for a second there for Osmos to continue his expansion, although he's not expanding as aggressively as I would hope. Also, by the way, Osmos, I feel like, doesn't need too much of an introduction. You guys probably don't know too much about him, but he actually is our SCS champion for 2020. So, yeah, this is a tall order for Rainbows. Rainbows definitely plays more, but Osmos is definitely more knowledgeable about the game. Although Rainbows is being trained by arguably two of the greatest players in Supreme Commander 2 history, so you never know. Rainbows can pull off some crazy, crazy shenanigans. I do like the Brackman already coming out for Osmos. Air is being paused. I would have liked to see maybe 2 more planes, maybe even 3 more, so that you can 2-pass an engineer and 1-pass a radar, but it's not crucial here. It's just these are not going to be very useful here, especially once the Brackman show up. And the B stream has started, guys, so go ahead and check that out. There's a radar coming out for Rainbows. Actually surprised. Well, actually, no, I'm not that surprised. It's a good call for her because she does have air, although she's not utilizing it to scout too much. Is there an anti-air installation on these factories, though? There isn't, so she could scout right now and be fairly confident that her air will survive unless she goes right here. So this is a pretty good start for... Actually, I was about to say for Rainbows, although she is expanding forward, which is very, very nice, I would still really, really like an engineer. Exactly, Rainbows. Yep, that's exactly what you want to do in this kind of stale-matey position, especially when you see that your opponent is expanding. And I actually now kind of get what these planes are doing over here. They're waiting for an engineer to come. And earlier I said 2-pass an engineer with 6 planes. 6 planes is actually enough to 1-pass. It's 2-pass with 3. So that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Or maybe it's 2-pass with 4. I keep forgetting all the time. It's not great. It's not great, but nevertheless, pretty nice for Rainbows there, shutting down that expansion at least a little bit, making it difficult while expanding crazily. But she does have to be a little careful here with the building here, because she's not building that many ground units. Now, of course, Osmos isn't either yet. He's still only on 3 factories. He hasn't expanded all that much. And the problem for Osmos right now is actually that he's building a lot of Brackman, and you can't consistently push with Brackman. It's more of a defensive unit, so what I'm guessing he's going for here is Megalith. But I think Rainbows, if she starts building land factories, she'll actually be in a really good spot here to contest this 1v1. Sorry for the long delay, by the way. I was watching the other game. It was actually a very exciting match between Shade and Frost and Akone and Savvy. I actually don't know who Savvy is, but they put up quite a good fight. Somehow Shade and Frost, honestly, miraculously, in my opinion, made their way out of that one without at least one of them dying. But that was a great game, and of course, sadly, we won't get to see the 3v3 for that match, which I might revise the rules if we do this again to have that 3v3 mandatory, because I was actually very much looking forward to that 3v3. If we have enough time, we'll cast the 3v3 for both series if we need to. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of this series. There's a lot of 2v2s. And yeah, this is a very big stalemate. I'm actually watching the other game unfold here on the B stream here on my other screen. And it looks like, yeah, I think the Bronx is well ahead. HVK has had a pretty good season in Liga C, but Liga C is not really a two... Liga C players have a lot of issues with Liga B. And Magenra is arguably a Liga A player, so despite what his lull in May was, I think he's an incredible player. So yeah, HVK had a very tough ask in that game, but nevertheless, oh my goodness, they're still not engaging with each other. Rainbow is playing super carefully here. And this expansion over here is still shut down. Honestly, if I was Rainbows, I would expand with 2 engineers, build another engineer. At this point, you have so much energy. Oh, well, yeah, you're getting a lot of energy, but you have so much mass that you really can't keep up with your production. And I imagine she's floating a little bit, maybe not a whole lot, but at least a little bit of mass. More research stations coming down. Yeah, this smells like a megalith. Like, this makes no sense other than a megalith. It might be a bouncer if you can get a little creative. I actually really like to see that against teleport one of these days. See if that works. Or it might be a T-Rex. You know, these pros like to troll. Of course, the biggest troll with a T-Rex was against Osmos in the grand finals of the Invitational. Delivered by yours truly, the captain of this team, Alpha X. So, more anti-air coming down. Nice scouting here. Rainbow's going to know exactly how much expansion is. And we do see a land gantry coming up. Is that a TML? Oh my goodness, I was about to say, if that's a TML. Oh wow, that radar actually gets picked off by that TML. There's no shield on this forward factory, which, I mean, there isn't really a need to. I do like all these mobile missile launchers. I would have actually liked to see them a little earlier and a little more aggressiveness. Well, not aggressiveness, but just less passivity from Rainbows. I think she definitely could have abused Osmos here. And you know, these Brackmen are now, well, no, Brackmen aren't never a bad idea. We do see how it is a megalith. It is a megalith. That's a safe option, especially given his economy is not being the greatest. But we are going to have teleport here very soon. The problem here is, of course, this is a very defensive setup, so Rainbows is not going to be able to outright push this out, I think, unless she gets like a really good engagement. But it looks like Brackmen are going to connect here. She does have shields on her tanks, which is really, really good. She is microing very well right now. Now, the issue with this defensive setup is, again, he's not expanding. Rainbows is expanding. I was going to say a term that I would normally say, but I don't think it's appropriate in this situation. Anyway, she's expanding a lot. And that's going to probably win her the game, honestly, if she doesn't mess up against these Brackmen. She can also go into teleport at this point. No, not teleport. Teleport is the obvious option. She can go into loyalty gun if she sees these megaliths, which would actually be a really good plan. I don't know if she has enough research stations here. She has 3 at least, 4. Fourth one being built. So it is a possibility. Now, a 5th one coming down. Yeah. This is beginning to smell a little more like teleport here. Or not teleport, loyalty gun. Or maybe she just is a little off from teleport. She really should scout here. All her air just disappeared. Oh no, she still has her 3 air right here. Looks like a plane died here. So she resumed. Oh, she resumed building her air. Shot just coming out now. And still just Loyalists and Brackman from our Cybran player. Looks like Loyalists now. Interesting. Yeah, Loyalists are not going to be too useful unless you're trying to unit Detto. And I think that might be Osmos's play here as well, especially if he decides to go on the offensive. And I really think that if Rainbows expanded to both sides, this game would honestly be decided at this point, I think. But at this point, Osmos is close enough, even without its expansion, that I think this is going to be fine. A bombing run coming in. I actually don't like this bombing run, even though it kills a couple of units here, because it reveals that you're building more air, and it's telling your opponent that you're at least committing to that a little bit. And honestly, I would not want to provoke adapters at this point. Although they're probably eventually going to come as well, especially as Osmos is going to go on the offensive here. Anti-air, yeah. So actually, well, I mean, if your hope is to provoke a bunch of anti-air getting built, that's kind of nice. Okay, this expansion needs to happen like right now. I don't know why Rainbows doesn't grab these last 2. A lot of engineers being built back here too. So I don't know what's up with that. A lot of land factories. I do like how she's spreading them out. A crap ton of PDs. This is Foxtermelon style right here. Yeah, so you can definitely see that AA-ness. Oh, Lord. This is what happens when you're casting a 15-minute game by yourself when there's nothing but passivity going on. All right, Rainbows must have teleport. There's 3 Megaliths on the field and adapters. I mean, yeah, that's the obvious thing to do here. I really like the double prong attack here, although that's a little bit of an inefficiency here. Yeah, that group is going to get picked off without doing anything, not being microed. Is it even going to finish him? Yep, it is going to finish him. Mass Extractor teleport here in the center. There's so much going on. Another Megalith pops up off the line. Air all gets completely melted. I think, what was it going for? I don't even know. A scout? Was that OSS scouting going on there? I don't even know, but this land force is now getting obliterated. There needs to be a defensive teleport ASAP. No, instead there's going to be an offensive teleport. That Megalith is going to get picked off. Is there a unit detonate to pick off this Aeon army? It looks like there is. Let's see that unit detonation. Beautiful. And oh no, Rainbows, you were the chosen one. You were supposed to stop the Cybran onslaught, not join it. No, I'm just kidding. She didn't join it. She's still fighting, but there's 3 Megaliths on the field. It's going to be very, very tough to do anything here. Why are you making fun of me, Frost? Do you want to get kicked from OSS your first week? No, I'm just kidding. Alright, yeah, I mean, sadly, Rainbows, you done fucked up, AA Ron. Hey, AA Ron. AA Rainbows? You done fucked up, AA Bows? That kind of works, right? I don't know. I'm just looking for shit. Yeah, her excursion here also got picked off. I mean, you've got to be expecting Unidetto. You've been sitting pretty much. You've been playing a defensive Cybran commander that has a lot of research. There needed to be more scouting on the center if she didn't know that, but it's very important to know that. And now there's just four megaliths. It's kind of nice that she built most of her production back here, but this expansion was not quick enough. I think that was a big opportunity for her, that she shut down this expansion and could have gotten her own, but unfortunately now she's going to lose her air again, although there's only 2 planes there. She's going to lose all of her energy production, so that's going to eliminate the possibility of teleports. This is really a last-ditch effort to teleport these Shajas over here. And unfortunately, I think this will be the end of Rainbows. Now, the other game on the B stream is still going on, and just looking at it, it honestly looks kind of equal. I don't know how, but there's equal blobs on each side, and I think even HVK might actually be up, but the stream is too small for me to see. I'll definitely jump over there. There's another teleport. There's like 5 units in this teleport, but excuse me. Yeah, I really like the position of Rainbows. I really think she let it go. She let it go. It was not over. Yeah, you're right. I never said it was over. But yeah, Osmos is going to win this game. I think Rainbows really did have a chance here, and it's unfortunate that she does end up losing here. She built a lot of mass and transitioned semi-decently into land production, but just not quick enough, and missed a big opportunity here, and then messed up the teleport micro, unfortunately. So nevertheless, that will give a 1-0 lead for the time being to the Cybran Enjoyers. And they will, I think the fate will be decided in the 2v2s. I think they definitely have a chance in 2v2s. It would have been nice if they got at least 1-1v1. But, you know, these are Osmos and Morgan are both great players, like I said before. Oh, no. Rainbows, don't do that. Oh, Lord. Am I going to have a repeat of the 2v2 Serpent Open winter spiel I gave? I really don't want to repeat all that. Oh my god. She's now pleading for a control K. All right, and it looks like the Bronx did end up winning. So this will mean that they will be 2-0 up. And it means that it will all rest in Alpha Hexes and who's his partner? Alpha Hex and Rainbows. Yeah, so Alpha Hex and Rainbows. And then we have HVK and Petite. So anything is possible, guys. Anything is possible, especially after that first series we had. So don't be done with this series yet. Of course, we have a whole other series coming up, the match for third and in the final eventually. We did have some jump jets happening here at point defense. That will save you. Rainbows, girl, come on. I don't even know what to say. I don't want to be mean, but at the same time, this is a fun tournament. But, you know, we could be using this time to cast the 3v3, you know? Now, that's a fun map. It's Trek Island 3v3 on a modded map. So that could have been fun. But no, instead we're going to get 5 minutes of Brackman, 4 Brackman firing on a full health ACU, getting PD fired upon. And bomb bouncers being built for no apparent reason. When we really should be building air or just like a spam of loyalists to finish this commander up. All right, well, I'll keep talking. So how are you guys doing? What's up, Almadon? Hope, Iron Commanders. Who else is in the chat here? Frost. I was kidding about the kicking. Frost, I love you. Alpha Hex. Or I think I already said Alpha Hex. But we can repeat it one more time. Why not? Who else is in here? Nobody else is in here? There's 50. There's like close to 17 people in here. Say hi. Why aren't you participating? Almadon says, watching this makes me want to 1v1 again. Well, wait for 2 more minutes, and then you'll see how much you want to 1v1. But yeah. What's going on in this game? A bunch of research. Oh, artillery. Yeah, that's a quick way to kill someone. Yeah, so HVK, hello. Petite is in here. What's up, guys? HVK, I was looking at your game a little bit. I think you did pretty well. Definitely did a good job there. I thought you were actually going to win at one point. Yeah. Hope seems to agree. So well played, my dude. Keep practicing. And I know you will have some success. Guys, I will remind you guys we have a 1v1 tournament coming up next week, next Saturday. It will be the last chance to qualify for the summer final. And we have a lot of spots for that summer final left up in the air because multiple people qualified multiple ways. So sign up. You never know what's going to happen. And another reason why you want to sign up is because one of the Serpents Opens didn't have that many players. So actually people don't have that many points. So if there's a lot of people and you win a lot of matches, you're going to have a lot of more points. So statistically speaking, it's in your favor. So, and again, a lot of good players already qualified, and we still have a bunch of spots left. So go ahead and sign up for that. Ah, yes, the hard counter to PDs. That must be it. That's what Osmos was hoping for here. The hard counter to PDs. Artillery. And the shields. Yeah. Against that menacing Aeon artillery. Where's the commander even? You've got to be shitting me. We need air. Buddy, we need air right now. And how are we still not expanded here? I know it doesn't matter, but we could be doing something with APMs. There's a lead in SC2 matchmaking. I don't know what that means. Funny lol gun on island. Yes. That's exactly what we need right now. So, petition to go and cast the 3v3 instead. In 5 minutes. It's probably going to be over anyway. Ooh, Orangeables resubscribed with Prime. That's pretty cool. Thank you, guys. If you're not yet following me, well, he subscribed. So thank you so much for that. So if you're not following me yet on Twitch or on YouTube, I know I haven't put up much things on YouTube lately, but I will eventually get there. Well, Alpha Effects, message her and tell her to control K. I don't know why she's doing this, guys. I apologize. I don't condone this. Okay, so I support, let me be clear. I support players giving their best and trying until the very last that they can within reason. There is a nuke on the field, yes, but there is nothing that she can do with that nuke. I'm sorry. Even if she got teleport, overcharge, she's not getting through all those bomb bouncers. And really, there should be air at this point that should have killed her. What was I talking about? Oh, my YouTube channel. Yeah, so go ahead and follow and subscribe if you've enjoyed this awesome cast. And yeah, we do want our 3v3. You're absolutely right. What a bunch of noobs. I know, guys. You don't even know. There's 5 more minutes of this. Chat is 5 minutes behind. Oh, God. Where's Rainbows? Intellitrons, that's what you built? Is it really that big of a priority to be scouting quickly right now? Oh, my God. But yeah, I'll start uploading to my YouTube eventually. I have like 4 or 5 tournaments worth of stuff that I need to start posting. So once I actually get my ass together and actually do the stuff, oh thank God, you know, it will be a cascade of videos again. So hopefully by the end of August, I'll finish editing all those. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this. This has gone far too long, twice as long as it needed to. And I will host up the next game, and we'll jump into it as soon as we can. Thanks for sticking around, and hopefully the rest of the games won't be like this. We'll be right back.
All right, thanks everyone for your patience there. Weirdest bug I've ever seen in this game, but seems to be working out this time, so I think we're good. We are here on the 2v2 Shiva Prime mod, and we're going to start introducing our players up here, spawning in as the blue UEF player. It is Rainbows and Unicorns. Going for 2 quick air factories and then some eco here. And her teammate spawning in as the brown UEF commander. It is Alpha Hex, who is spawning up a ton of factories, which I'm guessing is just to mess with the score. Holy crap. Okay. Meanwhile, their opponents, starting off with the red UEF commander, it is DeBronx. He's gone for a research station and a couple of air factories here. So a little bit slower air start, but definitely will have that research advantage. And then meanwhile, his teammate spawning in is the orange UEF commander. It is Osmos. He's gone for 1 research, 1 air. So interesting. Scouts are going off now. And I don't think either team is really going to have any problem seeing exactly what is going on for their opponents. And meanwhile, it looks like Alpha Hex is looking to take some space in what I guess we'll call the center down here. And Rainbows is pushing up onto the north side. This is the first time that we've had this map in the pool, and first time that I've actually seen it. It's kind of interesting because it seems a little off balance. You've got a spawn here, and it's only got these mass extractors kind of close to it, which are right up in the enemy's face. Then for this spawn, you can expand northwards, and it just looks like there's a lot more safe mass extractors available for the air player, I guess. Is that the air spot? This is all new to us, so we're going to have to figure out what exactly the meta is going to be on this map. It looks like Rainbows and Alpha are both pushing with their ACUs towards the center here. I don't know if they're going to really push in hard here, or if they're going to try to set up a forward base in the center. Gunships coming out now for the Bronx. Oh, and for Osmos as well. Both players going for gunships. Well, I guess it's not too early for that transition, given that they know they're two air players up against this one air player. P shields and AA though. Those P shields in particular are going to do a lot of work against these gunships, I think. And as long as Rainbows keeps her air over the ground-based AA, I don't think that she's going to have too much trouble. Unless, I mean, if Team Cybran Lovers, wait, that is Team Cybran Lovers, isn't it? Cybran Enjoyers, excuse me. If Team Cybran Enjoyers starts pumping out planes again, then Rainbow still just doesn't have that much of a chance. It's just too many air factories, 4 versus her 2, plus the research stations. But that ground-based AA can make a difference as long as gunships are being built instead of planes. Alright, first engagement coming in here. DeBronx wisely hiding behind a factory shield. Alpha Hex trying to stay under his P shield, not quite making it. Those gunships are now coming in and starting to take some AA fire, deciding against it. MML shots going off will target the PD. Yeah, Alpha and Rainbows haven't really been expanding their economy too much. I think this is kind of all in here. They're just trying to push and just take everything from the start. Okay, Osmos has switched back over to planes. And yeah, planes there as well, looks like. So land factory goes down by Osmos. I mean, they're in a little bit of a tough spot. They can't really push this back, but they are pretty safe because I don't feel like Alpha and Rainbows can really push in very easily. They have to worry about those gunships. They have to do this very carefully. And it's going to be a while before the factory field goes down and then that PD goes down. There are MMLs making their way across the map. Alpha's paused all of his factories though, so I think he wants to lay down a forward factory maybe, or something along those lines. Maybe some PDs of his own. These engineers here helping out quite a bit. But there's just one P shield there, I think. Is that right? Yeah, just the one P shield, maybe two P shields, I think. And those just aren't going to last very long against these MMLs. They'll block a little bit of damage, but they're not going to do too much. Okay, that point defense does go down. There's enough MMLs here now to take out the factory shields. Rainbow's continuing to pump out air, and alright, well, there's a lot of red and orange spreading across the map here, and that eco advantage is really going to start adding up. Here come the gunships. There's a lot of them here. These planes can take a lot of them down, but they're tanking as hell. It looks like most of the gunships will go down, but Team Cybran Lovers not able to take back air at this point. Alright. Nite, thank you for the feedback there. I'll turn that down a little bit, and we'll see if that's better for you in about 5 minutes. Yeah, I was having some audio issues earlier today. I think Streamlabs updated and it messed with my audio settings, so I didn't really have a chance to sit down and make sure everything was set up exactly the way I like it. So I do apologize for that. Big clusterfuck here in the center. Bronx's ACU getting kind of low there. Rainbow's getting a repair. These planes come in again to make sure that the gunships don't have any time to put damage down. This is just I mean, it's for such a big map. We've got this intense close quarters fight here. It's kind of funny. Let's back up real quick and just take a look at the map. Ooh, that sneaky engineer. Okay, Rainbows is expanding. Alpha Hex still just on his 4 mass extractors and a few factories here. And Rainbows and Alpha, again, I mean, they're doing a lot of damage here. But the question is, are they going to run out of steam by the time this economic advantage really kicks in for Team Cybran lovers? Meanwhile, the B team is having a little party over here, repair party. Alright, Rainbows has switched over to bombers now, but it's going to take a while to build up enough bombers to really do some damage. Bronx's ACU not getting healed at this point. Osmos is healing up okay. Now those gunships just aren't going to get anything done. I don't know why he just sailed them right over the AA. Alright. Rainbow's bombers are starting to take out, so they took out that engineer before it could capture anything. That's good. And they're starting to take out some of these mass extractors. But Cybran lovers still holding on to this position here. Slowly being pushed back, and now those MMLs starting to take out. Oh, they missed! They missed! Nothing moved! How did they miss? Weird. Might be enough bombers now to actually come in and like bomb this blob or take out an engineer or two. I don't know, there's not a ton of AA over here. Factory AA a little bit, but I guess the one. Alright. Distraction going on up in the north there. Very nice move. I like it. Yeah, I mean, Alpha and Rainbows, I mean, it was a real strong push that they made here, and they did a lot of damage, but they do seem to be kind of running out of steam now. And now it's the B team that's getting pushed back up this bridge here. Well, of course I say that, and Alpha X turns around to push back the MMLs. Okay, here comes a bombing run. Very well targeted. Could have been a little bit better. Could have been right in the middle of that, but still, what was that, 4 or 5? 5 units killed? Pretty darn good. And there was no spread. Alright, so now we've got artillery coming out from Osmos, which is going to really help out against this blob. Those P shields, yeah, they're going down, and the artillery's starting to take out a few units here and there. Alpha X does have very good micro to dodge those artillery shots, but not a whole lot of room to work with. He is managing to keep those MMLs away from the front where they can do damage. Alright, and Alpha has finally started expanding his economy. What is that? It's 5 factories that he was running on 5 mass extractors. 4 to start, I think. Alright, Alpha's getting a nice heal up there. Brock's using his ACU to try to put some more damage on those P shields. We are getting to the point now where there's enough P shields, I think, to start really making a difference here. But if they all get hit by artillery at the same time, then they're going to go down real fast. And Osmos is pretty much exclusively focusing on artillery here, which I think is definitely the right move for this situation. Seems like DeBronx has MMLs covered, he's got a little bit of AA, and this artillery is really what's going to keep this P shield and other stuff army away and out of the danger zone, the damage zone. Okay, MMLs and a whole bunch of AA. And I don't think Osmos has enough planes here that he's going to be able to take back air, even if he fights over the AA. Still a few gunships just hanging out down here as well. Oh, that looked like an overcharge, I think. But P shields do pretty well against overcharge, and Alpha Hex manages to get away without too much damage. Rainbows continues to make very good use of those bombers. Honestly, I think Rainbows has enough bombers that she could just, like, 2-pass this. Or 1-pass it, maybe. And kind of hit a lull. Not a whole lot going on. I really would like to see Rainbows pull the air back here and take care of this, because there's just, I mean, yeah, it's mostly AA, but there's just not that much there. And if you manage to take them by surprise, then there wouldn't be a spread. Alright. Ooh, DeBronk's taken a lot of MML fire to the face there, or the back of the head, I guess. Another overcharge comes in. Let's start taking out the P. Ooh, it makes it through the P shields. Alpha loses a huge portion of his army, takes a lot of damage on his ACU. And man, the B team really needs something here. Rainbows has managed to take out those two air factories, which is nice, but now she's going to start losing her main base here. And again, I don't understand why Rainbows has not pulled back the bombers to deal with this. Yeah, it's mostly AA, but if you can get one good bombing run, you're going to take out most of that, and the rest is just going to tickle. Alright, more P shields coming up to help protect, but yeah, Alpha and Rainbows are starting to pull their ACUs back a little bit further. They don't want to get caught by that overcharge. Air fight here, and I think it's pretty clear who's going to win this one. Question is, can Osmos get away with any of his planes? He does manage to save a few for the moment, but now they're getting chased. Rainbows thinks better of it. Come on, Rainbows, save your base. Save your base! One gunship is not going to do it. All the units are clumped up. One bombing run could take most of them out. But instead, you're down here bombing this stuff. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Alpha has managed to build up enough research for a gantry here, most likely a fat boy. Much else he could do at this point. Well, not much else that would make sense either. What, a bomb bouncer? There's hardly any here left. Okay, Rainbows finally turns around to try to deal with this, and no split, so this should be a good bombing run. Oh yeah, see? See? Look at it! Took out almost the entire blob in one pass, and could have prevented so much damage if she had just pulled these bombers up to take care of this earlier. Park the fighters over the AA so they soak up some damage, and then just bomb the shit out of them. I don't understand why it didn't happen sooner. Alright, well, lots of assists going down on this fat boy indeed, and the question is it going to get out in time to make enough of a difference? Because now that the Cybran lovers have pushed the B team off of this bridge, they have a lot more space to work with, and they still have a very solid eco advantage here. The problem for them is going to be how choke pointy this map is. That boy's almost done. And I think it will probably take the Cybran lovers by surprise. They do have a radar back here. And that might just be outside of radar range. Well, in just a second, it's going to start shooting, and then everyone's going to know what's up. Meanwhile, we've got a little force of tanks up here. There's nothing that shoots down at the ground. Okay, tanks starting to pop out here, but I think there's going to be a pretty good amount of damage that those tanks are able to do. Fatboy hasn't started firing yet. It will just about now. Yep, there we go. And suddenly this bridge is a big liability. Fatboy's pretty good at taking down P shields just because of the continuous nature of their fire. And yeah, Cybran Lovers seems to want to pull back from this. They're still trying to hold the bridge, but their units are moving back and they're taking losses. That might be the turnaround that the B team needed here. Cybran Lover's still doing quite well up at the top. You know, it's ironic. I have not seen a single Cybran Lover team member play Cybran today. What's up with that? Does that seem right to you? Anyways. Another Fat Boy is about halfway done here, and yeah, there's just really not a whole lot that the Cybran Lovers can do to counter this Fat Boy at the moment. At least not from this position. They might be better off retreating to the north and trying to defend on this platform where they have more room to move around or something like that. Okay, some shields going down now. The big shields, the structure shields, do a much better job at blocking Fat Boy shots, I think, than the P shields do. Especially because there just weren't enough P shields. I mean, you know, you get enough P shields, you can tank just about anything. But if you only have just a few of them, then yeah, the structure shields will do a much better job of deflecting that Fat Boy fire. This is a pretty big blob up here. Almost nothing that shoots direct fire, though. It's that one tank that I see. Two tanks, sorry. Another one coming up. But yeah, once again, this is forcing Rainbows to pull back with the air. Rainbows has been building a few gunships here and there as well. Although I don't really think that there's enough. Yeah, they're tanky, but that's a lot of AA. So I don't think the gunships are going to get a whole lot done. But if there's no split, these bombers are going to get a whole lot done, and I don't see a split coming in. Oh, that's painful. Yeah, that was a lot of dead units there. Alright, so now the split is really coming in here, and still some fairly big clumsy units that Rainbows is taking advantage of. Second Fat Boy has joined the fray and is starting to break through the factory shields at least. Third Fat Boy rolling out just now, and another gantry queued up. I mean, Alpha doesn't have that much eco. He has managed to hold on to all of these mass extractors throughout the entire game, though none of them have gone down, so should be teched up pretty nicely. Now, okay, is this mass guns? Yeah, it is. This is the moment where I think it's better to get out. It was okay over here when it was just ground-based AA, mobile AA units, but now that there's towers and mech guns, I don't know But then again, I don't know if the B team really has the time to. I don't know if the B team really has the time to not go after that though. DeBronx jump jetting in with his ACU. Is this a snipe attempt? I don't think it's going to work out for him. Seems like a little bit of an over desperate move here, if you ask me. We have not seen the overcharge go off yet, and DeBronx is in some real trouble here. That's a lot of fat boys, and he's down in the red. I don't think he's going to make it. He's searching for those ACUs. Another jump jet. He's going to take a lot of AA fire. Oh, this is just ridiculous. I love it. He's trying so hard to chase down those ACUs. Oh no. He starts taking a lot of fat boy shots. Oh, he's in real trouble now. What a weird play. I don't understand why he would try that. DeBronx does go down to the fat boy fire, and that's going to leave Osmos in a pretty tough spot. Osmos has put down his own gantry, which he's not assisting at all with these idle ACU and engineer. Mr. Steal Your Girl would be so disappointed. But his own fat boy is just about to roll off the line. It's going to be one fat boy versus 4, and I don't think that there's really a whole lot. Osmos agrees. He's going to call it. Kind of a fun, awkward, weird 2v2. That was really fun to watch, and hope you guys enjoyed it as well. We're going to take another short break here, and we'll see what we have next for you. The 3v3s, we'll see what goes on with those. Nite's kind of just in charge of all of that, and I'm just sort of going where I'm pointed. So we'll check in with him, we'll see what's up next, and we'll be back with you guys very soon.
We are back, guys. This time it is a new map. I wanted to switch things up a little bit. We are on Track Island, the map that you probably saw on the B stream. Decided to let Spiv cast the big game this time. But this is, nevertheless, also a very interesting game. So we're back to the B team versus Cybran Enjoyers. Let's go ahead and introduce our top team. It is Petite, Sidaha, Arteal, UEF Commander. I apologize for that. I don't even want to imagine what that sounded like on the stream. But yeah, he's opening up with a double. Oh Lord Jesus, have mercy on my soul. What is this shit? All right, nevertheless. All right, Titans out of 2 land factories. His teammate is the red Cybran Commander. Opening up with a triple land factory and building loyalist. All right, so this is a very aggressive opening from the B team. Their opponents are blue. Cybran Commander opening up with a triple land factory. You know him, you love him. Possibly the greatest of all time. It is Iron Commander. Sorry, Iron _ Commander. You guys have deemed it to be a very important distinction. His teammate is a Bean, who I don't know what is going on here. And yeah, so there's 2 land factories that are not doing anything. There is an assist. Is the game lagging? Nope, the game's not lagging. Just Bean is. All right. So this is what the people wanted. A 2v1 Iron Commander versus HVK Legend and Petite. I had HVK. In this case, I don't know if I would be so aggressive, but then they might be playing mind games. Iron just said out loud, basically, that his teammate was not building units. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's playing on a guitar. Is this Jwix? Is Jwix really playing this game right now? And is he playing on a guitar for Guitar Hero? Oh no, HVK, you gotta get out of there, buddy. You gotta get out of there. Alright, so it looks like they are gonna team up against Iron Commander here. do have to be very careful here. Not to, well, step on structure dead. Oh god, if this radar kills all these titans, I'm gonna... Okay. Okay, HVK really needs to... Actually, if HVK does detonate, this will be very interesting, but I don't think Iron will die. Oh, he kills... Oh my god, he kills all the titans! Oh no! Oh no! that petite just like, oh god, oh fuck, backs up. Oh man. This game is hilarious, guys. Alright, we had 2 amazing games on the A stream today. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves, because I am. I need to like get myself a beer or something. I can't go on like this. This is a fun tournament. We can have some top-notch professional casting here. Decent micro from Petite. Not bad. Not bad at all from a Frenchman. Shidahe. I'm actually not sure if he's from France or not. But for some reason, I always saw Petite as a French person. I don't know if that's assuming a little bit too much, but all right. Well, I did not know who Bean was, but I think we can safely assume if we get to a 3v3, it will be an interesting one. All right, so PD push. Okay, all right, not bad. But there's now 4 land factories here. How's my French, guys? Is my French good? Top notch? Like my casting today? Hey, we actually we didn't have any issues with sound. You can't see me, but I'm doing a little ta-da thing with my hands. So, yeah. By the way, the other game has started as well on the B stream. That is going to be a very interesting game, guys. I think you guys, honestly, I love you guys, and you should watch my stream. But that game is going to be very interesting. And as soon as this game is done, I'm going to hop over to Spiff's stream. And, okay, you can take out a couple of mass extractors here for free. I'm really fighting the urge to message Iron Commander right now. Oh no, something went wrong with the other stream. I guess they're restarting. Oh, I like this flank. 3 bots is a little low. I mean, if it was 3 tanks, that would be fine. 3 bots are just a little too slow. What happened to this engineer? Huh. 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 Yeah, I want to message Iron Commander and say, nah, this is fair. Iron is just gonna be like, fuck it, let's go. Oh no, Beans, where I mean, Sidaha. Where are your Titans? Where were your Titans? Oh god, Loyalists are so good. Oh my god. This is a massacre. It's a bloodbath. Wow, beautiful micro from Iron Commander. I don't think he lost very many Loyalists there. Very nice cycling. Sexy as one could be. And now he moves his units. Did he just stop movement on that? Alright, well, officially, Cybran Enjoyers win this game. And they will be in the final with our Amogus team. So for now, let's go ahead and jump back to the other stream, or I might actually stream the 3v3. So I don't know yet. I'll be right back. Hopefully not too long, but the other game is cool. It's just starting. Go ahead and check out Spiff's stream. It's happening. If you're still watching, give a thumbs up to this video. If you liked the video, leave a comment. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you are blown away by it, check out my Patreon page. This has been Nite. Take care and peace out.